Live at Kagiso at Monate Pub. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Thuli the King Connection podcast. I mean, take a look at the visuals we are seeing of where we are shooting. Wonderful, beautiful establishments. Welcome once again to the Thuli the King Connection podcast. I am Thulaganyo B. Tukisi Molefe, Thuli the King. I'm with one of your favorite guests. What name are you going with today?
Vutshila. Yeah. My government name.
Your government name, my brother. No, it's all good, man. I am afraid to please like whenever you start liking. I know some of you are liking already, so like the video, subscribe if you haven't, click the notification bell so that you may sift through all the negative and nonsense content on YouTube, and find our content first when we launch the next episode. Let's get right into it. Last time, my brother, we had a very, very awesome conversation.
Very interesting.
It was so wonderful. Mm-hmm. I think let's then hit it off from where we left off. Okay. Which is, remember we spoke on industry mainly, and we spoke about the barriers of the monopolies and the like, and the oligopolies, and how the government is coming in, stuff like that. I want to build off where we ended off talking about propaganda and how these businesses and the narratives that we know about them. First of all, we spoke about Amazon, how Amazon, I felt like they hyperinflate their value, but then you cleared it up in your own understanding, Kuti. No, actually, these guys are actually getting valuation valued according to the demand of the market for their stocks, right?
Yes.
Sharp, okay. So now I'm saying, I feel like businesses hide a lot of information from the public. For example, we look at the company like, I think it's called Steinhoff, here in South Africa. Steinhoff, practically in short terms, I'm just to put it into brief, is a company that said to the government, look guys, invest the pension funds with us, and then we will increase your investment. And they hyperinflated the value of the company so that the value of the shares must be valued higher and stuff like that. But actually it was fraud. It was fraudulent, that thing. And they hid everything like that. They did that and that. And they only took one guy as the scapegoat who fell for that.
Yeah.
But there were so many people involved. And then this goes to show that businesses, big business, do somehow have an influence over their image, and the way we see them. So I just want to know from your side, what then do you feel like that big business is actually being real to us? Are they actually, say, the things that they're telling us, the things that we are perceiving, are they truthful? And what are some of the examples you are seeing of true business or not so true business? Just generally propaganda business.
All right, honestly speaking, when it comes to businesses, them being big or small, right?
Sure.
The only real interaction that they need with like the main public is if are you buying into their products and services or not, right? That's basically all they need to communicate with you. Everything else, it's information that could be withheld. They have full right to withhold it, right?
Sure.
Because it's not a state-owned company.
True.
So
okay.
It's private mostly.
Interesting.
Yeah. You see, so
I think that's something we don't talk about.
Yeah, I mean,
these
if
companies
it's private,
are not obliged.
Yeah, if it's private, then it has to be treated as such. We can't expect public, benefits for private things. You see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get you. That's actually quite interesting. I didn't think of that deeply. I think I overlooked it, and a lot of us overlook it.
Yeah.
So
thing is, I believe it's a search for like the truth, the information which we don't necessarily get even from a Google search, right?
True.
And honestly speaking, that's gained through experience.
Sure.
All those business leaders who built all those big companies, they have like that experience. They had to go through certain things, right?
Sure.
They had to fail a couple of times,
yes,
to actually understand certain things.
Okay.
So some things you just have to be in the game in order to know them.
Okay, I get you, but then stakeholders, part of the stakeholders or people that are influenced or influence the business, that's the definition of a stakeholder.
Yeah.
part of them are the customers.
Yeah.
The customers need to know what are you putting in their food. Okay, fine. Those are just. But okay, fine. Financial statements. But hey, man, we want to know. We are a stakeholder. So why is it a limitation? Okay? Why is it a barrier?
To be honest,
Sure.
The only real time they're obliged to actually give you such information, it's when you are a shareholder, right? You own some equity,
Sure.
you actually paid them some money to
Yeah.
own a part of their company. That means you're actually committing to knowing more about it, right? Knowing more about the establishment and not just only about what they're providing.
You
to
have
the
vested
public,
interest
right?
there.
Yeah, you
Sure.
have some interest,
Sure,
and
sure.
it's your actual money invested into it.
Sure,
So
sure,
that's
sure.
when I think, they're actually obliged to tell you anything, that's happening within the business. But if you just like a customer, right? Like tomorrow when they mess up, right, and their product just sucks, you're just gonna move on to another one, right? So
Yeah.
imagine all that effort as a company, right?
Sure.
You spent it on telling these people what's going on with your company,
Sure.
only for them to just find another one, and then they forget about you next week. It's like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. But then, to what extent you are saying they can tell you whatever they want? Does that mean they choose what they tell you, or they can actually fabricate some of the stuff that they tell us?
They fully choose what they tell you.
Yeah, what about fabrications?
There's a very big amount of fabrication happening.
Hey,
Very big.
selective knowledge public sharing.
Yeah.
Public sharing of knowledge. Selective.
And some things, for them it's very detrimental to them, if they're gonna share it, you see.
Sure.
So yeah, it's people's lives at the end of the day. It's people's lives, and there's a certain law around
Sure.
that, managing people's lives and providing certain skills, services,
Okay.
products.
Okay, got it. So then, we're talking about private entities. But then there comes a time when a business gets so big that they want to make more, they want to have more investment so that they can protect the company. And one of the ways of doing so, of raising that capital, is making the company go public. If I'm not mistaken, this is turning it into or creating what we call IPOs, which are public offerings. What is the I? Is it independent?
Yes, it's
independent. Initial public offerings, right? Yes.
So that's when it's
yeah.
offered the first day, right? That's the price of the share.
Okay.
You see, when it's offered
Yes.
on the first day, right? That's an IPO. So
Yeah. What's your knowledge on businesses going public, and what does it actually mean?
Initially, most businesses, right? Well, every business goes public because they're looking for a way to get some cash injection, right? Because you can't be giving away most of your equity to all these investors, right? Because
Exactly.
most investors, they won't give you big amounts of money for a small percentage of the cake. You understand? They need their funds to also be protected, right? And the only real way they can do that is through the equity.
Okay,
right?
sure.
So with going public, right, you can actually get all the money you need, right, by offering just a fraction
Sure,
of
sure,
what
sure,
you could
sure,
be
sure.
offering, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So pretty much that's it, And also it's very good, it gets the community to interact with the investment world as well, and actually understand what they're using on a daily basis,
Sure.
instead of just speculating.
Okay, no, I get that. However, as a founder of a business, doesn't it then harm me when I put my company up for going public? Do I not lose my stakes, my controlling shares, my ability to make decisions and the like? It doesn't it then cause controversy, because now I want to own the big part of the business. I still want to make as much profit as possible. I still want to have as much control in my business, in my company. Then how does that work? Is that not a controversy in a way?
As a business, right, we have different stages, right?
Okay.
So the most stages that you will need to have full control as the owner is the beginning stages and the middle stages, right? When you're a small business and when you're a medium business, that's where you need it the most, right?
Sure.
But as you continue growing, right, the business is not just for you, right, or for like, you know, whatever you think in your mind, right? You actually like start reaching more people, and with that comes, you know, bigger responsibility, right? There's people who want this, there's people who want that, there's people who want this, right? And you're not always gonna solve those problems alone, right? So regardless, right, like as a big business, you will need like some feedback somehow, right? And the best way is to become public, right? Because you will be in tune with everybody.
Sure.
You know? Yeah.
Okay, sure. So from my understanding and research, the thing is when businesses start to scale, which is them growing and becoming more efficient, and them trying to find ways to maximize profitability, yet still maximizing efficiency, right?
Yeah.
We see them being less agile. So agility, or being agile in a business, is having the ability to be fluid, to make quick decisions, to execute
and always
efficiently.
listen.
Always
Listen.
You can hear.
Yeah.
You can hear from everyone quicker.
Yeah.
But then when a business starts to grow big and it becomes a conglomerate, or it becomes to a point where it becomes public, it becomes a franchisor and the like, it starts to get less agile, which we are seeing in huge industries like banking, maybe retail as well and the like, as we saw maybe with COVID, showing us that actually these big businesses, they might be Goliaths, but the Samsons are taking over because they move quicker. They could easily move online. They could easily digitize their systems. But banks, they rely on labor intensive. Right now, at least they're trying to be more digital intensive. But, you know, a business that is getting too big will face that challenge. And I think some of us should leave this misconception of thinking that, when your business gets big, it's the best thing in the world. But understand it comes with the huge pressure, with the huge responsibility of saying it will be tougher for us to make executional executive decisions at a large and mass scale that is extremely efficient.
True.
So should we then maybe consider keeping businesses small?
No, I don't believe so, right? To be honest, wherever there's, you know, opportunity, there's always, you know, a gap, right?
Okay.
So, you know, any business can, like, you know, enter that space, right? It's just that when it's big, you know, it's harder to actually, like, you know, manage that, right? Because you might have an innovative idea, right? But to implement it will cost money, right?
Okay.
And it will cost even more money because, like, you're big, right? You have all these, you know, these franchises, you know, all these like branches, right?
Sure.
It will cost money to like develop into that like innovative idea, right? It's not that they're not innovating, right? They are,
Okay.
but you know, like there's certain challenges that come with the size of the company that you have, right? When you're a smaller business, it's easier, right? Because you just pretty much just enter there, you know, you have an idea, right? The money, it's manageable, right? You can find someone to actually invest in it, right? Or you can invest it in yourself, right? And then you just move with it.
Great. So simply put, the reason why there are barriers to agility to big businesses, or for big businesses, is because in a small business, you have the amount of staff is less. It's easily delegatable. Access. It's at ease level or eye level. You can talk to the finance guy and it's simple. You don't have to have a meeting and say, hey, next week we are meeting what. And so when you go to a bigger business, they have departments, which makes it harder to set up a meeting. You can't really meet the CEO in J&J. It's structured and
it's massive.
and it's a waterfall. First of all, you have the administration, then you have the human resources, and that's why it's so complex. It sounds like it's easy to say, no, but they have the money. No, it's not just about the money. It's the system they've built, and that's the point. Businesses actually want to create solid systems that work, but then that can also be a disadvantage. It limits them. So now you're talking about that when businesses go public, it means that now the public can now buy shares from there.
Yes.
This then we start going into a topic that you are slightly versed in. Good enough, versed enough. which should be our main touch point of today, which is trading stocks, trading currencies, foreign exchange in general. Let's talk about this thing that you spoke about in the last episode, that is one of the things you specialize in, right?
And the most hyped industry in the country.
I think
right
so.
Now.
Definitely.
Yeah. The most hyped.
Definitely, if we're being honest.
Go on your Instagram,
I might even say generally in the world, but I think in this age, bro, SA, it's the big one. So firstly, what is foreign exchange? What's Forex?
Foreign exchange is the exchange of the value of one currency to another value, right, of another currency.
Okay, sure.
Yes, and what the average is when they meet, that's the foreign exchange.
Okay.
Yes.
I like that. Okay. So then you say it's exchanging currencies, right?
Yes.
What else can you exchange?
Well,
is it just limited to currencies, or what exactly are currencies?
All right. So with trading, there's different types of trading.
Okay.
Right? There's Forex trading. There's indices trading.
Or is it?
Right? Yes.
Oh, they're not the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. There's stock trading.
Okay.
Right. And then there's cryptocurrency.
So Forex is only for currencies.
Yes, just for currencies.
And then there are different types. There are cryptocurrencies. So currencies are fiat, right? Yes. Currencies. They are just normal currencies that we use. The pound, the rand.
Anything that's used for exchange.
Yeah. Medium of exchange that countries use, right? Okay, then we have cryptocurrencies, we have stocks, as you mentioned, we have the other one, and indices. So can you just touch on each one? What is it? What are indices?
All right, indices are the average number, right, of performance for a certain group of companies, right, which are top performers in the country.
Okay,
right.
Got it.
So I'll make an example with Nasdaq, right. We have the Nas 100, right. That's the tag.
Okay.
Right? So what the Nas 100 basically is the collection of all the best performing companies, or 100 of them, right? And it's that average number is the performance, and that's the value that's going to be shown on the charts.
Okay,
right?
Sure.
So basically, you're just trading average of the performance of whatever's happening in the markets. So
sounds cool. Is it not a hack? Is it not best to invest in the?
No, it's okay. It's okay. Everything takes time. Everything with time and understanding, you can do it.
Okay.
And then we have cryptocurrency, right? And cryptocurrency usually it's traded against the fiat currencies, right? Like your dollars, your NZDs.
Sure.
So basically that's how we can tell the value of everything, right?
Okay.
We have the superpower, which is the dollar, right?
Okay.
So that's what you will see mostly.
Will it stay being the superpower? Will it stay being the superpower? Or are we going to is it called the yen?
Yeah.
Are we going to the yen? There's a lot of there are a lot of things happening. Please tell us in the comment that do you think that America, USA, and the United States dollar, is it still the superpower? Yes, on paper. But do you think it will retain its title in the next few years? What about the next few months? What about the next decade? Yes, what is on your mind? Yeah, and if you like what you are hearing, guys, please like. And if you haven't subscribed, do the most. Click on the notification bell and share it if you feel like this is knowledge that someone that you know would like. Share to 5 people. I'm challenging you. Once you've done it, just say done. I did it. Sure.
And then stock trading. Right. Stock trading is basically
what are examples of cryptocurrencies?
it's your Bitcoins, your Ethereums, right? And it's all like, traded against, like something, right?
Okay.
It's always traded against
So
something,
it's always
which is
traded
a
against
fiat currency.
Okay,
right?
fiat
Yes.
currencies.
That's basically it. Trading is just, value investment, right? Because also, stock trading, it's the trading of, the value of the share price.
Okay,
right?
sure.
And, basically, like, that's easier in my opinion, right? Because you get to, like, actually read up on, that specific company, and you can actually, like, figure out, like, if the demand of, like, the shares are going to go up, or they're going to go down, right?
Stock trading and share trading is practically
It's the same thing.
but for companies specifically. Indices are groups of companies that are best performing, however the merit might be, if it's the top of something 100 or 40
within an industry.
or within an industry.
Yes,
okay, it's
industries,
industrial.
yes.
Okay, then you spoke about cryptos, and then I think that's it. Yeah. Indices.
Forex trading, simple thing, same thing, right? It's the value of one currency against the other currency, right?
Powerful. What made you start Forex, bro? Like, honestly, and when did it start?
To be honest, what inspired me to start was, how I
brokey. It was a brokey. I'm joking.
Well, not only being broke, right?
Sure.
But like, I was fascinated by me being able to actually, like, be a part of, like, the value of something being exchanged, right?
Okay.
And being able to actually, like, make money from, like, actually knowing such things, such information and its numbers, right? So, in high school, I was, like, a person who loved mathematics, right? And because of that, I think that also sparked, like, that interest, right?
Sure.
And then, I moved on to commerce, right?
Okay.
Fun fact, right? No one knows, but like, I changed to full commerce like grade 12, when we were actually supposed to like, be serious about everything else.
Now you are changing.
Yeah, I changed to full commerce, man. Yeah. So it's just been like that thing in me, So yeah, like the Forex trading is just it's a good representation of that interest, So yeah, when did I start? Well, I started, I'll say mid 2021.
Okay.
Yes, mid 2021. That's when I started, like, taking it seriously.
Sure.
It was, like, first introduced by some guys who used to stay with me.
Okay.
There was this one guy, right? He used to stay with me where I stayed, right? He used to be an accountant, right? So he told me his life story, because I saw him, like, I saw lines on the on the computer there, So I asked him, like, what are you doing, right? And then he said, this is Forex trading, right? And then he started explaining his life story. And fun fact, he actually quit his job, right, as an accountant, chartered accountant, He quit his job. Then I was like, yo, look, like, if a chartered accountant can quit his job, it means there's something here,
there.
So yeah, it sparked that interest, and then I just continued with it.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So then I understand. It sounds like you are selling it. However, is it always a high, or what's happening here?
Hey man, it's like every other career, right? If you wanna ask, a passionate actor what acting is, they'll tell you in a way which is, like, it's enticing.
You are passionate
because it's passionate, right?
Yeah.
There must be a fire in everything that you do, right? You must have ambition for every single thing that you do.
Yeah.
Don't enter because you wanna make money, bro. Because that chase for money, dog. If you chase money, dog, it also runs.
You will be a broke chief.
Have you ever seen, right, like, a stranger just comes to you, right, and then, like, they come running, dog, you'll also run. you feel me? So that's what money does, right? If you wanna come, and you don't, like,
you must share it. You must entice it, and you must, in a way, attract it. You must have the image.
Value.
Thank you. That's a nice way of saying it. So you get money through value. Yeah. Okay, bro. Clearly, you are telling me that right now you have gained the passion. How was it when you started?
Well, when I started, it was still interesting, but everything has to be learned at the end of the day, So
did you
Yeah, at
You
first
rushed.
I won't lie,
Yeah.
right? I started with like binary trading. Binary
Okay,
trading, basically, I would say it's the gambling side of Forex, because it's not necessarily you like, analyzing and, making sure you understand the value and where it's gonna be at which time. It's not free, right?
Yes.
It's just like times you up. It says from this level, if price is gonna buy, and then it stays buying for like 5 minutes, you get like 80%. So it's basically gambling. I mean, you can hear even the terms.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
guys are
gambling.
going
So,
through a lot.
yeah, I just started there.
Okay,
And then,
so
it was bad. It was bad at first.
how bad? Tell them how bad it was.
Yeah, it was bad.
That these forex traders on Instagram must stop lying to us. Tell us that.
Well, they're not lying. They're not lying. But
Okay.
like people
Are they
make
selling
that
a dream,
mistake.
or it's about you as a
basically
the,
it's selling
the scepter?
a dream,
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
selling a dream, right? Some of them I don't agree with, the flashy lifestyle that they keep posting, right? Because that puts like, an idea, that plants an idea, a seed, in someone's mind that, with Forex trading I can be a millionaire, right? And it's not like that for everyone.
Okay.
Like you can basically just make like, a good like salary on it, right? Like you really can. It's just that like they plant that idea, they push that thing, you can get rich, right? Just so that they can sell you their course, and then after they sell you their course, they disappear.
Hey,
You understand? And
like some other people we know. Hey.
And then now people come, we have stories, Forex is a scam,
Exactly.
And it's not that it's a scam.
It's just those
People,
rotten apples who are badly influencing.
Let me tell you something, right? If someone is just gonna advertise their lifestyle on their Instagram page, on their Facebook pages, if they're not showing you the skill, right, that got them to where they are right now, then it's probably a scam, because they're selling you a dream, right? They should be selling you the skill. You know what I mean? A football coach won't show you Ronaldo. You understand? They will show you what they can do for you. You see?
Sure.
So that's just the way it is.
I get it, but they'll say, what I'll do for you is create a Ronaldo.
School.
I'll make you Ronaldo.
School won't show you a doctor. You understand?
Okay.
They will show you a degree.
Okay.
You see? And the degree is gotten through what?
Rigorous academic effort or
You see?
application.
So what they should be showing you is consistency, because that's what we need in the markets, right?
Yes.
The consistency, the consistent profits. You see? But that's not what they're showing. Right, what they're showing you is the blue screen, and that money clicking into the account, but they're not showing you like
The
this
process.
is how I got it. You feel me? Yeah.
But isn't that part of the marketing though?
No.
I get you're trying to say, guys, I got here.
Yeah.
I don't want to show you my strategy. If you want to know my strategy, better.
But honestly speaking, right, you don't have to show everybody like what you do, like
It means clearly you are selling,
but like
you are scamming
yeah,
us.
at least like show more of you being on the charts,
and seeing the
actually putting
profits.
in the work,
And then we
right?
see the profits, the
instead
gains,
of
bro.
like you randomly post, I made this much, like
Who cares, nigga?
we're not gonna like
South
have
Africans,
a connection there.
we are quite gullible, eh?
Yeah, we
If we're
want
being
fast
honest.
things.
Yeah,
We
hey,
want
fast cash.
things. Yeah.
I'm afraid to. You'll go broke.
Yo, I saw the debt, the current debt that we're on,
the debt
like
ratio,
as the
yeah.
BRICS, right? As
Oh,
the
that's-
BRICS, all the countries
yeah.
in the BRICS, we are the worst performing.
The worst. I don't
performing.
I'm not even shocked.
Yeah.
On that note, just quickly, I'm afraid that we're gonna be kicked out of BRICS. I have this feeling that it might happen.
Yeah, because
we're no
really
longer in an
bad.
emerging economy. I don't know.
it's
We are
really
declining
bad.
and
It's really
receding economy. That's
So you
crazy.
can trade. You should trade, right? Just don't think about the money first. Think about
Exactly.
the skills, right? Yeah.
You earn in another currency. It seems that's what's happening here. You earn in another currency. Okay. And now I really, really do suggest that you guys start making ways of earning in different currencies right now. If your home currency is way lower than the superpower currencies, if you range it maybe 1 to let's say 8 and it keeps going down, I would honestly suggest that you try and find a means of having a side hustle. I don't want to recommend today what I want to talk about. We'll talk about that another time. However, in the same breath, bro, what's your worst loss?
My worst loss, okay, my worst loss was like gotten in a day, right? there's this other evening actually. There was this other evening. You know, I placed a trade. You know, I was happy.
That's
that
nice.
day,
Hey,
you know,
emotions.
But like, I entered way too quickly, right? I didn't like wait, you know, for the setup to actually like, you know, like play out. So, yeah, you know, I lost like $3,000 in like 3 minutes. Yeah.
Ooh.
And like after placing that trade, I was driving to Sentin, you see. So the whole time I'm looking, I was in Bramford.
Thuli,
So like, hey bro, I was looking and like I'm seeing the money like going.
I'm sure you
out,
felt like hitting a tree.
But you know, like that's another thing about Forex,
Yeah.
right? Like it helps you develop, right? You get to actually adjust to like, you know, actually losing, right? Like you become comfortable with that, you know,
Okay.
because that's just a part of life, you know. You just have to have that balance. Yeah.
As far as I know, Forex did not start as a public setting. What do you know about that? How did it start? Because I know when you see movies like The Wolf of Wall Street and those guys, we talk about Wall Street and stuff like that. It was just for those big investors, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Then eventually
Basically,
came public.
that's for penny stocks.
What happened?
Yeah.
Let's talk about what's that all about? How did it come about? What do we call us normal traders? How does it look like?
All right. So
Sure.
I'm trying to understand your question. Right?
The
Like,
question is
say-
like the journey of Forex from your understanding.
Yeah.
And how did it get to a public entity or arena where we can also do it? And I forgot the name of that trading where normal people can trade. Just touch on what that is, the name if you remember.
All right.
Yeah, just be free
So,
with it.
from my understanding, right, trading has been there, right, from the 1900s, you see. And even during the Great Depression, there was traders, right? And there's some who actually like, you know, made it big with like the dips and all that,
Okay,
right?
sure.
So, you know, trading has been there. It's just that it became more famous now because, you know, there's this like notion that goes around, you know, where, like, everything you do from your computer is just easier, you know, but like it's not really like that. But like, you know, it became like famous in the 21st century, basically.
How did it, but were individuals, did they have access to it?
Like, no.
It was what,
Like,
companies or what?
yeah,
Who
big
traded?
companies.
Oh, banks or what?
You know,
Oh, it was the
Big
banks.
you see,
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Wall Street, right? That's
E.
where trading was actually, you know, happening, right?
Sure,
At
sure.
first, you know, like, and then, it just spanned out, you know. We got the internet, you know, and from there we had like people that are called brokers, right? So what
are
we
brokers?
basically are, right? Yeah, I'm about to explain that. What we basically are, right, as like normal traders, right, we are what's called retail traders, right?
Okay.
And what retail traders are is, you know, we trade, yes, we're not yet in the game, like the actual game of trading, right? But we just like outside.
Okay,
you see.
sure.
So what we do is we place what's called CFDs, right, which is contracts for differences, right?
Okay.
And basically that's what we're doing, right? It's
Okay.
just like determining a value from a certain point, right?
Okay.
Going to a certain point, right? And that's just it, you know, that's the contracts, right? So that's what we are. We are just contractors initially, you know. So we have what's called brokers, which
Okay.
allow us to do
Sure.
that, right? And what they do is they give us what's called leverage, right? And what leverage basically is them, you know, putting money against ours, right? So that we're actually able to open that, like, you know, contract, right?
Okay.
For those differences,
Okay.
right? Because basically, in the real world, right, in the real trading world, you can't really like trade with $100. $10, you see, that's the leverage that the broker gives you.
Do you know what's the
right?
barrier to entry, the amounts?
Hey man, probably from like $100,000 going up, right?
Around 20 million rands
Yeah,
or so.
yeah.
Hey,
Because
it's
the
20,
people who basically,
2 million.
the people who like,
Rands.
you know, who trade for real, you know, are banks, big banks, you know, and like those brokers, you know, on the trading floor.
Okay, sure. So you are saying to me, as normal people, when we do retail trading, we go to a broker that already is in the game.
Yes.
They put the money there, but then that money that's there, we leverage their investment against ours. So in other words, if our $100 is let me say $1,000 is 1% of the money that they have. We are trading like that.
Yeah.
We are trading that 1% that they already have in the game.
Yes.
No, man, that's dope, bro.
But
yeah,
at the end of the day, you know, as you're putting those orders in, if you're profiting, then you're taking from that money that was given against you from the broker, right? So
Whoa.
yes, you're taking their money, but if you're losing, they taking your money. You see, so it's a 50-50 split. That's why it's actually able to happen, right? Because there's no other way that they could like actually make some real money. You know, to be honest, right? They have to like trade against you. That's why they're always looking for, you know, these scam artists, right, to become what's called introducing brokers, IBs, right? So that they can get more clients, right? More clients, they, you know, obviously these scammers, they have courses, right? So they feel like they know how to trade. They put in some money, the brokers make more money. That's why you see they're always promoted, right? Yeah.
Hey, my guy, where then do we know, Gucci? We are
I'm not a
trusting-
financial advisor, guys. Okay, I'm not a financial advisor.
Tell them. Tell them again.
I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, I'm not. I'm just a
Okay,
trader who's
so-
been in the game, you know, and I'm very observant.
Are you willing to be a mentor? Not an advisor, but a mentor.
To be
So
honest,
can people link you up and say, please just mentor me?
to be honest, right? I don't think anyone can actually be a mentor unless they have like at least 10 years experience in the game, right? Because that means you've been in a decade and you've been consistent, right? That means you are showing actual success. You know? I don't believe in these mentors like 6 months later you're a mentor. What are you teaching people?
Exactly.
You know? Because you must be teaching them experience, right? You must be teaching them what you've learned, right?
Sure.
And you cannot learn things in a short time or space, right? You really cannot. Like the amount of learning that you can make within 10 years compared to 1 year is it's
true,
big,
true.
right? It's big. So, you know,
I don't fully agree with that statement, but I understand your context.
Yeah.
But all in all, I don't agree that you have to take too long to learn. It's too much of a barrier.
But honestly speaking, like you need to be at least 10 years in the game
to be a mentor. So then it's segueing to my question, which I just wanted to ask earlier, but then let me ask it officially. Which is, we'll get you a refill. Which is, when one wants to start, where do they start? Forex.
Well,
trading.
I would say first start by, Googling, right, what Forex trading is. As
Understand
a trader,
it.
right, Google is your best friend, You must like enter the Google search and like learn every single thing. Before you go learn from someone else, have some clarity, right?
Sure.
So that you're able to understand even deeper when you actually maybe go join the course. I'm not discouraging anyone to join a course, right? Go join the course, right? It will help you a lot.
Okay.
I've attended at least like 3 courses.
Okay, sure.
So like go join that course, right? Learn the stuff, right? Before you actually like put your money forward, because your money should be something that you're protecting, right? Because if you're not earning, no one will give you money for free, no one, right?
Okay.
No one. Even the beggars on the street, if they get money, they get it after like begging for a long time, and people have to like say something before giving it to them.
They have to finesse.
And it's like always pity money at the end of the day, so like honestly speaking, you have to protect
No
your
money is free.
Yeah, nothing is for free, man. Nothing is for free. Yeah.
It's interesting, man.
So learn your stuff, and then after that, you'll learn the procedures, how to fund your account. I won't recommend any broker, right? The real way you can find the best broker for you is to see what spreads they're actually offering, and their minimum deposits.
What are spreads?
Like the spreads is the difference between the bidding price and the asking price. Right?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Basically, that's it.
No, man, that's wonderful, man. So you're gonna keep doing Forex?
Yeah, most definitely.
I know a couple of people who have quit their jobs as well, by the way. They're busy telling me, hey, we're not going back to jobs.
Yeah.
Because steady. What would happen
once
then?
you crack it, man, it's just...
Hey, man, what if everybody wakes up one day and everybody's a Forex trader?
Hey, it's gonna be wild, right? The inflation will go high. Right? because like honestly speaking,
Yeah.
like you know, the more people earn money and the more people like, you know, have money in their bank, the bigger the inflation, because now, you know, the demand will rise, you see.
There'll be a rise in scammers as well, by the way.
Yeah. So everything must balance out. So yeah, it's gonna be wild.
Must balance out.
It's gonna be wild.
So let's talk about South African banks. When you make a trade and you are not so how you actually create trades or process them or start trading, from my knowledge, you take money from your bank account, you put it into just tell me that flow of where does the money go, then when you deposit,
all right,
the broker, where does the broker come in, where does the trading begin, then come back. Now I want the money in my bank account.
What happens is, right, brokers act such like banks, right? Banks that allow you to, you know, place those orders, right?
Sure.
So they have what we call a brokerage account, right?
Okay.
And you know, you can like deposit your money from your country's bank into your brokerage account, and it will be safe, right? Most of them, if they're regulated, right, they'll have separate accounts from, you know, their main control. You see, so it is a safe, you know, procedure for your money, right? You will have a brokerage account, and that's where you can actually, like, you know, be able to have that money where you're able to risk, right? And you know, you decide how much you're risking on it, right? I would say minimum risk, right? But you know, like, you know, from there you can grab your profits will go back into your brokerage account, and then from there you can withdraw to your bank account. Then I must ask, does that money get taxed? How does it get taxed? Is it income tax? What exactly is it, from your understanding? All right, so everyone within a country's border, if they earn money, you are obliged to pay tax, as long as
very important.
You are earning money within the borders of the country. You must pay tax, right? It is not excused. I see a lot of people, they say, hey, I'm a trader, it's not taxed. Everything is taxed. As long as it's income, it's taxed, right? So that's why it's called income tax, right? So you know,
so it's part of that.
It's taxed.
Very interesting.
You must just, you know, be a good citizen and pay for your tax, because if you don't pay for your tax, they will come knocking at your door one day, and then you won't expect it, you know. You'll be probably 50 there, you know, you've been blowing money all these years, and then they come knocking at your door there.
Lifestyle, what?
Now you have to liquidate your stuff. You see, it won't be nice, you know, so just pay your tax.
Just pay your taxes. Get a
as long as it's income, pay it, you know.
Get a proper financial advisor. Don't be dumb. I'm even hearing that you know, using you can use medicine, you can use traditional ways, and appealing to the ancestors, and you can make money. But you can't defeat the tax man. Even spirituality can't.
Here's my advice, right? If you want to pay lower taxes, right, register a company. You see, say it's a trading company. You know, open a business account, right? And whenever you make those profits, right, when you withdraw into your business account, right? That is business income, right? And from there, open a corporation, right? You know, the tax laws are very nice, you see. So you are allowed to pay off, you know, all your expenses, you know, all whatever you need to pay, and then after that you can pay your taxes, right? So it's very good, you know, if you can work around it, you know. I'm not teaching you to be totis, right? It is a business, right? Trading is a business. But you know, like, you know, just like do your thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's fire content. You see, that one is a secret, is a revelation. You better like the video, bro. You gotta share it with other people. I think there's some great insights. Tell us what you think. As I said, subscribe if you haven't, notification bell so that you can get the best content. Look, guys, I make sure you get the best. We work on it very hard, so please, let's give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Hey, I don't know. I just had to say that. Man, thank you so much, man, for the content. I'm just checking here. I think it's very important for us to know these alternative ways of money. I think get a job, go to school, get a job, buy a house on credit, buy a car on credit, or buy what. messing up your life, man. You're not even enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah.
But then I think it's important to enjoy what you're doing, because you spoke about passion. Have you seen people that started Forex, but then, yes, it was making them money, but they didn't like it?
Yeah.
Have you ever encountered such people?
Yeah. Mostly it's those people that are in it for the money in the first place.
Oh.
So
how, man? Can't do going to Forex for money, man?
At the end of the day, man, everybody needs money to survive, man.
Okay.
But there's certain challenges that you actually experience in that industry, right? And without passion, you really won't have that drive to push, right? I mean, take me for example, right? I was taking losses on losses on losses on losses the entire year, man. The entire year. Sometimes I didn't have money like for food at like the end of the night, or the week, sometimes I was just making sure, sometimes I was calling asking for cash, you see.
I know.
So like,
Sure.
Yeah, you see, if you don't have that drive, you won't continue with it, right? But here I am, I'm still pushing, right? And
hallelujah.
It just works out, man. It just works out. Everything gets better with time. You just have to keep on pushing, right? And in time, you will improve. Yeah. You get better at everything when you keep on doing it, for sure.
No, man, that's great, man. Just the parting shot, Nyana and Jay.
Yeah.
Where else do you think people should just go look? Go look, man. There's money there. Just go and look there. There is potential to make money and to make a living and to actually maybe be passionate about it. Which other types of businesses? And I also add some that I'm also looking at and I'm thinking that people should consider. Yeah. What it's Forex and what else? And I mean trading, online trading. What else?
There's these two beautiful things: drop shipping, drop servicing. Right, the best,
powerful.
Right? Because you basically a middleman. It's the
arbitrage.
Easiest, one of the easiest, right? One of the easiest, but it's not easy.
It's not easy,
but it's one of the easiest to implement, right? From wherever you are, So yeah, drop shipping and drop servicing. I would say like people should check that out.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. I think those ones that you just mentioned are they're not even expensive to start.
Yeah, they're not.
If we're being honest, they're not expensive. A few ones that I would recommend. I think the first would be online services.
Yeah.
Now, drop servicing would just be you saying there's someone who needs a service, and then there's someone who offers it, and I'm in the middle. So I'm saying, how about you become the guy who's offering the service and actually make money that way? And so you can be a specialist in something. For example, if you wanted to become a mentor in Forex, you would charge first for your services. So look at something that you're good at. If you're good at editing, you can have a paid video conferencing sessions with people who are interested. And if people like your work, they pay for that, and then you show them how you edit. So online services, I think that's something that's very important, because right now it's the gig economy. It's becoming big right now. It's something to consider. And I would then say, look at AI, man. There's something special happening in the space, which is artificial intelligence. And AI right now is really doing the things that seemed, let me say, it's minimalizing human, what can I call it? Where human activities, especially the ones that seem like they're boring or unnecessary. And right now, it has a lot of potential. You can literally create a fictional movie with Putin and Donald Trump, and it's a comedy. You can create your own South Park, and then these guys. There's a lot out there. Maybe lastly, just go look at it. Look at property. I think definitely that's one way that a lot of people are making money. They're making money.
It requires a lot of patience.
It requires a lot of patience, honestly, because I've also endeavored in property. Though I didn't go full force and I'm still in it. It's a long, tedious thing. It's no child's play. But when you start popping, it does work out. Honestly, guys, the opportunities they are there. Like there are really many opportunities. You don't have to succumb to just having a job. Right now, we say, like, if you need to have a job, okay, cool, but then save up some money and then try and have a business. And businesses don't have to be complex. You don't have to literally be a problem solver. You can just be, I don't know, you just hitchhike someone else's problem solving methods. You can just be an Uber driver. Okay, you are solving a problem, but really you don't have to be the guy who creates the Uber app, you know? You literally can just hitchhike or hop on the already existing solutions. You know, we don't have to be limited.
Everybody plays a part, guys.
It's an
even
economy.
that cleaner at ShopRite, he's playing a part. You have a clean shop to shop in. A clean environment to be in. That affects. It's a domino effect, bro. Every single person plays a part. Don't feel unimportant just because the media is telling you that if you're not earning this much or that much, you're unimportant. No, bro. Everybody plays a part, and everybody is important. Don't ever look down on yourself, right? Honestly, this thing must stop. This notion of if I'm not doing this or that in my life, then I'm this. Nah, bro. Everybody plays a part.
Honestly, I feel like it's very important to do things that you resonate with.
Yeah.
I don't want to say enjoy. Honestly, if I say enjoy, it sounds like everybody must now be a singer or something. Everybody wants to do the creative arts. Everybody wants to make money.
Yeah.
It's too organic. It's too. It's just too normalized.
Yeah, with such you need to actually fall in love with the business part of things, right?
So sometimes your job is good. Sometimes you adding value. You need to understand that you add value. You genuinely are a contributor to society, to the economy. You don't have to look down your job. If you are not feeling in your spirit, inside, that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, then I think you can carry on doing it because you are adding influence. And if at all, be the best at it. Make sure, I spoke to a friend earlier, and he says, make sure your last performance is your best performance, because it might actually be your final performance that people remember you by. So honestly, ladies and gentlemen, you have to invest wholeheartedly in whatever you are doing. Make sure you're not wasting time, you're not wasting energy. Make sure you're taking risks and making sure that you are fully cognizant of what you are doing and the journey you are taking. Thank you so much for the insight. I enjoyed it.
Right.
I feel like the viewers really enjoyed it. Parting shots. What is the future of Forex? What is the future of digital business?
The future is looking bright, eh? It's looking bright, many more people are entering the space, much more innovation is coming alight. So the future is very bright. It's very bright. Yeah, that's all I can really say about it.
It's bright. Where are our shades? Where are the shades?
That's why you see a lot of 2Ks here wearing shades. Hey, Baba,
it's bright.
Baba,
that's why they're wearing it even indoors.
Even at night. Baba. Yeah, you must understand. Woo! It's very bright, Baba. Yeah.
It's hot.
Yeah, I know.
It's hot.
Avulekile masango, guys.
Avulekile, vuleka masango. Oizulu. Vuleka. Hayi bafowethu ngiyabuleka angazi ngiyavulela I must get this is Xhosa now?
Yeah,
I must get a Xhosa hand. Please hit me up if you can teach me Xhosa, even if you are Zulu. And I don't discriminate as long as you will teach me. I'm available. You see, they even put a ring on it. I'm still singing on paper. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. This is the Thuli the King Connection podcast. We had a ball with Mr. Vutshila Maringa. It was very powerful, and definitely until we see you guys again, tell us what you think. If you haven't liked the video, do it please, and subscribe, click the notification, and wherever you are, bro, subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify, if you're listening on the audio streaming platforms, please subscribe as well. Share the word that we are in town. If you like what you're doing, if your intuition is saying, I man, share, man, you're not losing anything. So come on, let's do it. Thank you once again to Monate Pub for hosting us and giving us this wonderful establishments for us to shoot at. Man, you can see by the visuals that you are seeing right now. It's a dope setup. Come on through, have a ball. You can see the link there to their socials. You can see in the description. Come on through, let's have a fun ball. Check out their events on their socials and see what they are doing next. Or come on through just at any night. Let's chill. If you want to book the place, you can see their details. Yeah, and let it be like, let's be chill, let's be laid back, let's be happy. As you can see, we are. Thank you, bro.
Thank you for having me.
Stay blessed. God bless.
Thank you.
Danko, guys. Sharp. Thank you, bro.
Let's chat. Yeah, need the bottle.
It's a bit dark. You might